I don't even know how I want to start this video off, man. Earlier, I caught the live Gilbert Arenas going live, and he was talking about content creator Dreamless Pro, and kind of reacting to some of his content, and you know I made a video earlier, and I was just kind of hinting at the importance of that moment, for smaller content creators. And my perspective on this, as you can see, Dreamless Pro left a comment under my video, and he was just saying how he didn't think about it in that manner, and that it was a very interesting perspective. And for the last couple of months, man, I've been posting and posting, and as I'm kind of maneuvering around the YouTube space and checking out other YouTubers' content, I started noticing a lot of celebrities, man. A lot of celebrities and YouTubers, are becoming YouTubers, and a lot of former athletes are becoming YouTubers. And I'm sorry, I feel like it takes away from the average Joe who's trying to build a YouTube channel. It's like they got the cheat code. They just come in. It's like they getting planted, and like I just felt weird. It didn't feel organic, and in a sense. So when this situation happened, it made me think back on that, and kind of like how I commented, and I said, they want to drown us out, and I think they want to take away the opinions of free thinkers, and they want to basically take over the space so that they can control the narrative. And I really believe that the powers that be figured out that to be able to control the narrative, right, whatever narrative they want to drum up, to be able to control the narrative, they have to go where the conversations are being had, right? And they have to plant themselves in those spaces. YouTube is probably the biggest platform where those conversations are being had. So what better way to take control of those conversations than to start planting your own seeds? You got former athletes, even ESPN has like their YouTube live, stuff, so they figured out that the conversation is being driven through YouTube, because that's where everyone is. Nobody's getting like really watching ESPN like that on TV. Everybody's on YouTube watching clips of different shows, of different segments of shows. So they're kind of figuring that out. And I think that a lot of these athletes are, being used. It is what it is. Not saying Gilbert Arenas is one of those athletes. I just don't think a lot of their opinions are, I don't think a lot of the opinions are, authentic. I think that they're paid advocates, straight up. I could be wrong. I'm just speaking on my perspective on what I see. And I think it makes it very ugly when, as a former NBA athlete, you get to drown me out by saying that because you played basketball in the NBA, that I don't have a right to talk about basketball, or somehow your opinion or your take on whatever you're talking about is just all of a sudden like is more valid than mine. Like, we bleed the same, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get that you played in the league, but that don't mean I don't have a mind for the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like they taking this shit a little bit too far. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all come in the YouTube space, and that's cool. Do y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? But like, when you start basically trying to like cancel people because y'all played in NBA and we didn't, like, I got a problem with that, dog. You did. We watched the game just like y'all watched the game. And then I know y'all got this little cabal where y'all feel like, y'all don't want to critique one another and this and that and the third. Y'all got y'all own little family, NBA family. Like, that's cool, but we gonna critique y'all. We gonna go back and go look at those games that y'all want us to forget. You dig? And I think a lot of these athletes get mad about that. Like, we can't have an opinion. And I just feel like that's bullshit, dog. Like, we can talk about basketball. We want to talk about basketball. You know, I don't always talk about basketball. I try to talk about a variety of different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to pivot and, you know, talk about life too. You know what I'm saying? It ain't always about basketball. But when I decide to talk about basketball, I talk about what I want to talk about. This is my YouTube channel. You know, this my content that I'm sharing. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And I feel like just because you play in the NBA, you don't have a right to come and take that from me. But like I said, it's deeper than just what's on the surface, bro. There is a concerted effort to silence, you know, the average Joe with an opinion. They want to have a collective opinion. That's why you see so many celebrities and former athletes, you know, on these damn podcasts and, you know, on YouTube creating channels. And I'm not saying that a regular YouTuber can't make it. I'm not saying that at all. I mean, you got Duke Dennis, you got CJ on 32s, CJ So Cool. You got a lot of YouTube personalities that exist, you know what I'm saying, and they did their thing. Dreamers Pro, Too Raw for Sports, man, shout out, you know what I'm saying. Them boys doing their thing. But to combat that, you had to have the JJ Redicks, the Paul Georges, you know, the Draymond Greens. You know, they had to figure out a way to, you know, combat, you know, the popularity that these YouTube creators are getting and having the following that they have. They get to create certain narratives, you know, because we're having real conversations about basketball, like sharing our real opinions about the game and why we feel like this player is greater and why we feel like this player is not as great or why this player is overrated, giving our own opinions about the topics that we talk about, you know, or that ESPN's talking about, you know. And then it's getting easier to see through the bullshit. Like when you watch Stephen A. or you watch these sports shows and you watch them analyze the game, you get to look through the bullshit now. It's harder for them to bullshit everybody because we got this space on YouTube and we pointing out the real about the game. You know, the stuff that they don't want to talk about or that they shine away from. You know what I'm saying? We see how Malika Andrews, you know, you dig, treat black men. You dig? Or, you know, we see all of that. How they were so quick to talk about what Ime did, but wasn't talking about what Brett Favre did. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, we get to really see that and have conversations about it now. You dig? So then when we do watch Stephen A., you know, we watching Undisputed or whatever, we watching First Things First, you know, now we can look past the bullshit. And it's because of these content creators out here. It's because of the Too Raw for Sports. It's because of Dreamers Pro. You know what I'm saying? People like that that's making this content for everybody. And you get to really get a different perspective. So then instead of you watching these sports shows, you know, basically closed-minded, now your mind is open to the bullshit. You looking for it now. Because you're aware of the narratives that they be trying to push and how they trying to control certain narratives for certain players. You get it now. You dig? So now that we more equipped, they trying to come into the YouTube space and control that. You dig? They trying to like get the Dreamers Pros and the Too Raw for Sports out of the loop. You know, we get rid of them, then they ain't got nobody. Then you getting fed the narratives that they want to feed you. That's what they trying to do. I'm telling you, this should be bigger than just what y'all see. You think Gilbert Arenas going at Dreamers Pro just because he said something about Gilbert Arenas? Like, nah. You know, they see Dreamers Pro doing this thing. He got subscribers. That means he got an audience, people listening. You dig? So when he give his perspective, he put his 2 cents in. It means something now. You dig? It means something. Check it out. I'm telling y'all, pay attention, man. They do not want the average Joe to be able to get on here. Because think about it, dog. You can get free game on YouTube. It's free game on YouTube, dog. YouTube, you can learn how to do so much on YouTube, bro. It's a free platform, like to go and browse and check out content. You can post and share your own content. You know what I'm saying? Free game on YouTube all day long. And you get to share your opinion. You feel me? Develop a following, and you have your own audience to talk to. And y'all get to bounce ideas and opinions and debates off of one another. You know what I'm saying? In the space for free. You dig? So yeah, I feel like there's an effort. And it's not just in the basketball sector. You know what I'm saying? It's not just in that. It's shit. They taking over everything, dog. You dig? They don't want this shit to be what it once was, bro. They taking over everything. They coming for it all. I'm telling you, I can see it, dog. I don't know if y'all see it, bro. I can see it. They coming for it all. Shit. Believe that. You can't talk about certain stuff. Y'all see what they did to what that is, Fresh and Fit. Y'all seen what happened to Fresh and Fit. Street took their whole page. I don't know if they got it back or whatever. I know the last time I looked at it, took their whole page, boy. They telling you, bro, you gonna have to really, be on your P's and Q's if you on this YouTube stuff, dog. If you monetize and you doing your thing, man, you got an audience. You talking to your audience. You know what I'm saying? You getting, getting your subscribers up, man. They be hating, dog, straight up. But it's bigger than just, Gilbert Arenas heard something that Dreams Pro said. Nah, it's bigger than that, man. But man, look, y'all stay tuned. But I had to get on here and give y'all part 2. You dig? It was fresh on my mind. I had to get on here and give y'all part 2 and tell y'all that they want to control the narrative and they don't want us to have an opinion. Simple.